guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm so excited to be sitting down and sharing with you what first trimester has been like for me, the symptoms, everything that I have been going through. Cold, and another symptom that's very prevalent right now, I will be talking about in a little bit, is causing me a little bit of a head situation right now, so bear with me. I'm really excited to be pregnant and to be sharing all of this with you. If you've never seen my face before, hi, I'm Breanna. I am now pregnant with my second baby. I have a son who's 4 and a fiance who's great. I will go ahead and leave Mitchell's channel linked below, and make sure you subscribe here and subscribe to him as well for more baby content, for more just lots of fun family stuff. So I have been keeping a list on my phone of the different symptoms I have been experiencing, and I do have to say that this pregnancy is quite different from my last, so that has been interesting. So going back to kind of before I even found out I was pregnant, I was already having some symptoms, and I had waited quite a bit to even allow myself to know that I was pregnant. I think it was mostly because I didn't want there to be like a gray area. I just really wanted to be a definite answer, and I thought the later I waited, the clearer like the pregnancy test would be. And although that's true, I could have definitely taken it a lot earlier. Some symptoms that I was experiencing before even knowing I was pregnant were extremely sore boobs. I mean, typically around my period, like my boobs sometimes get a little sore, but this was like intense. And I also had some like pretty more than normal cramps as well, which I assume are implantation cramps. I experienced that, and I joked that that's what it was with Mitchell, and I think that's actually what it was. So I think those were kind of the bigger ones before I found out I was pregnant. I wasn't nauseous, wasn't anything like that, which is what I was very used to with my pregnancy with Stefan. I'm just gonna go ahead and run down the list of my symptoms that I've been having. None of them are in a particular order. These are just things that I've been tracking down as I go along. So today is my first day of my second trimester, so I'm really excited. It's crazy. I feel like when I first found out I was about like 4 weeks or something, and at that time it's like, oh my gosh, it was only 4 weeks, and now somehow we're at 13, and it's just like crazy how time flies. So like we're a third done of this pregnancy. It's crazy. So the first one I noticed, and I know for a fact that it's related to pregnancy because I don't experience it otherwise, and that is strong nails. My nails have been growing out like crazy, and right now they're pretty short because one broke and I cut them, but they were super long, and naturally I wasn't doing anything to them. They weren't breaking. They were super strong and growing super long, which I have never ever experienced before. In terms of like food and craving, I haven't really had any cravings that I can think of that have been consistent and just something I've been wanting to eat. I've had a lot of, I wouldn't even say like food aversions because I haven't been like not interested in particular foods. I think meat has kind of been on that list. I'm not really that interested in meat. I've just had a hard time eating. I've had a very hard time finding anything that is appealing to me, so it's just really sad when food is like so dissatisfying, and we're like, if we're out and we need to like grab something to eat, Mitchell's like, what do you want? And there's literally nothing I want, and like I'm hungry, so I need to eat, otherwise I'm gonna get super nauseous, but I don't want anything. Like nothing sounds good, and that has been the hardest part because like you're hungry, you're starving, you want to eat something good, but like nothing sounds good. So it's just, even like some of my favorite foods like oppa, I usually love oppa. Go to oppa as often as I can. Love their little Greek salad. Like it's healthy, it's good for me. Like give me oppa, but like even that hasn't been doing it for me. But something I have been kind of consistently wanting is soup. Not really a particular kind of soup. I've been wanting chicken noodle actually, but like every time Mitchell goes to get me some from like Tim Hortons or something, they never have it, so I'm not sure why. But I haven't had chicken noodle soup in a long time, but I've been eating like cheese and broccoli or whatever. So soup, I think it's just warm, and I have a cold too, so, and just kind of recently it's just been nice. I've had a few like bedridden days, so soup is just like a good choice. Thinking back to my pregnancy with Stefan, I was so tired. I was falling asleep left, right, and center in class, just everywhere. I would wake up in the morning, go to school, come home, nap, have dinner, go back to bed. I don't really feel that this time around. I'm definitely like more tired and I get worn out faster when doing things, but I'm not just like constantly needing to sleep. I do need an occasional nap, but I feel like that's just like a human thing. Like people need occasional naps. I would say I'd take like an average of 1 or 2 naps a week. I don't know. It's kind of strange. I really was expecting to just be fully out, especially like this first trimester. I was expecting to fully be dead and sleeping all the time, but I don't know. Kind of strange. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like my life circumstances are a little different now than they were back when I was pregnant with Stefan. I just don't really feel as tired as I remember feeling with him. And like I'm in class much like I was when I was pregnant with him, so, and like I was falling asleep all the time in class, and now it's just boring sometimes, but I haven't caught myself like falling asleep. And there are some classes that definitely call for that. So next is something I also didn't experience with Stefan, and that is, even before I found out, I noticed I was breaking out so much. And obviously normally, you know, with when the period is about to happen, you break out or I break out. Usually it's like 1 or 2 bigger breakouts somewhere on my face, but this was like a ton all at once. It was crazy, and like I haven't had that in a while. And even when my mom came to visit, she was like, wow, like you're breaking out a lot. Thanks, Mom. But it's true, like I don't know, and it's still continuing. Like I'm still experiencing a lot of breakouts. Hormones, yay. But yeah, that's definitely something I noticed, and I don't think I had that with Stefan at all. So something else I noticed, and I still like probably experience, is I've been so much hungrier. I can't leave the house if I know I'm going for like more than an hour and not leave without a snack, because I know I'm gonna get so hungry, and when I get hungry I get nauseous, and that is just not a good combo. So I've been extra hungry, so I've been packing extra snacks, extra food, extra little things I can have at school or when I'm out and about and whatever. So definitely just been extra hungry for sure, which makes sense. I'm growing a baby. Something else I had pretty bad early on. First few weeks, it's not really a thing anymore, but I had really bad digestive issues. My stomach was just whack. I know it's a common symptom, actually. I looked it up. It's a common symptom among early pregnant women, but I don't think I experienced that with Stefan either, so this was new. I didn't start to feel nauseous until the later part of September, so I would have been probably about 6 or 7 weeks, I think. That's when I kind of started to feel a little nauseous, and I didn't really experience that prior. It was not a good surprise, but I knew it was coming. Following that, I started to throw up, and that is also something that I didn't really expect. So far in my first trimester of this pregnancy, I have thrown up a total of 8 times, which I'm sure sounds like nothing to some women. I know some people are literally throwing up for 9 months straight, but for me, that's not really like that normal. You look cute with Keeling supplies.
Why, thank you.
Comparing it to my previous pregnancy, I have now thrown up 3 times almost as much in my first trimester than I have my entire pregnancy with Stefan, which is insane, because with him I only threw up a total of 3 times in my entire like 35 weeks of being pregnant. This time around I am way ahead. Hopefully it slows down. It definitely has in the last couple weeks. I haven't been feeling that nauseous. I did get some medication actually to help combat the nausea, which has been good. I've been taking it before I go to sleep, and then I kind of wake up feeling good, so that's been awesome. Something I also found to be very essential in the beginning of the pregnancy was mentally preparing myself for meals. I couldn't show up to like someone's house or a restaurant or anywhere and just like be surprised with what we're having, otherwise I would just not be able to eat it. So I had to like mentally prepare myself for like almost everything, which is so sad because I love food, you know, like I love to eat. But like recently it's just been like, I need to eat to survive, not I want to eat this to enjoy it, you know? Also, something I 100% did not have with Stefan was plugged ears. I looked it up, and it's a common like side effect of pregnancy. I had no idea. I've never heard of anyone saying this. At first it was mostly my left ear, and that's something I'm going through right now. That's what I mentioned earlier in the video. One of my ears is like really severely plugged right now, and I can like you know? Usually recently it's been both ears, and it's just been like so difficult to like listen to people talk when both your ears are plugged and talk yourself. So it's just like been a really strange experience. And again, I didn't know that that was like a thing, but yeah, I guess it is. Also, something I know I did experience with Stefan was sleeping issues. Again, recently it's kind of slowed down, but in the beginning I had such a hard time falling asleep, and then I'd be waking up at night a bunch of times, and that's not normal for me. I'm usually somebody that lays down, passes out, sleeps through the night, wakes up in the morning. But in this pregnancy, I've been having to like really put in effort to go to sleep, and then also just like be waking up at night. Again, it has slowed down. It's gotten a lot better. The only thing I've done, I think, is just drink more decaffeinated tea. I used to drink my favorite Candy Cane Crush tea all day long, and I would drink it kind of right before I went to sleep, and my mom said, you know, like, it's not decaf, and I said whatever. But then her and I went to Bulk Barn and picked up some decaf tea, and I think it has helped quite a bit. I drink a mug or two of that before I go to sleep, and I think it's been helping. Also, I have been experiencing here and there shortness of breath, mostly when I'm filming videos, which is strange. I don't think I've noticed it that much like day to day, just for lucky you guys. Also, something I think is kind of strange is I've been a lot more cold recently. I feel like commonly you think pregnancy equals being hot all the time, and I'm sure that'll come as I get further along, but I have been really cold. Like, my feet have been really cold, and just like me as a human, Mitchell will be like, we need to turn down the heat, I am so hot. Like, are you kidding me? I am freezing as I'm like under 10 blankets. Like, I don't know, it's been weird. Again, kind of has been leveling off a little bit. I haven't noticed it as much recently, but definitely something I did notice. I forgot to show you guys my bump. There it is, my little bump. 13 weeks today. Still pretty small. I get a lot bigger towards the evening. But yeah. So those are kind of like the symptoms I have been noticing with this first trimester. Like I said, I don't really have any specific cravings thus far. Maybe that'll come later. I don't know. I know I didn't really have many with Stefan either. Right now I'm just focused on a lot of things. I think it's like crazy that, you know, you find out you're pregnant and all these things are changing, but like, especially in your first trimester, most people don't know you're pregnant. Just like, you're going through all these different things and nobody knows. I've been going to school, still school full time. I'm taking 4 classes, but it's like 5 credit equivalent, so one class is like double the weight. I've definitely been a little bit more tired than normal, like coming home from school, but to be expected. I am growing a human being. I'm hoping that in the second trimester I am kind of regained with a little bit more energy and less nauseous. I am more awake and just ready to live life. I don't know. I think this pregnancy has been like pretty good though. Do you know what I mean? Like, it could be a lot worse. I did have a few rough weeks here and there, and I have been bedridden a few times where I just can't get out of bed, or that's just like what needs to happen that day. I hate those days. They're my least favorite because I lay in bed like a slug, and that's not something I like to do at all, but quite necessary at times. I am getting over a cold, need more time to like rest and take care of me, which has been really important, and I'm really glad to have Mitchell around to like help around the house, help with Stefan, help cook and all those things. So I'm really grateful for him. Really grateful for when my mom was here. She did so much, and I felt so bad because she's here like vacationing, and here she is cooking me crepes and cleaning and stuff, but I really did appreciate that from her. I'm really excited to see her. We're going to see her soon. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'm really excited to finally talk to you about being pregnant and just all the fun changes and fun new journey that we're on. Stefan is really excited. He'll occasionally like kiss my belly and like talk to baby, and we took him to an ultrasound recently where he saw baby, and it was just like so fun. So we're excited. We're super close to the gender reveal. Be sure you subscribe, turn those bells on, because why would you want to miss any of this fun? Subscribe to Mitchell, like I said. He's been posting some videos over on his channel as well. If you've been pregnant or are pregnant, let me know what your first trimester symptoms were. I'm really curious to see if we match up in certain things. I have now learned that every pregnancy is so different. So I'm curious to see. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us, and we'll see you in the next video.